Welcome to the Honey Soul Child Bottega YouTube channel, where we explore the hidden realms of the soul, harness the power of energy shifts, and embark on a profound healing journey beyond religious beliefs. Channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. As the future is not set in stone, we encourage you to use the messages as guidance, taking what resonates and leaving what does not. Remember, your interpretation matters most, and you have the power to shape your own destiny. Soul Rising, welcome back to my channel, everyone. I'm your Chakra priestess here, doing a reading on rayj and Princess. Now, we all seen the reports that they have announced the divorce is happening. So let's see what's going on between the two. So this is rayj's side, this is Princess side. So with rayj, the first card that came out for him is Alchemist. So the with him, the light attribute, it says transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. And then we have the shadow attributes of misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. So as you can see here, this person is mixing up some things, you know. With alchemists, they use all their insights on the mentally, creatively, let's say mentally, creatively, coin wise, and emotional wise. All right, because we're dealing with the four suits, right? Mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. So he has the ability to create whatever his heart desires, to say the least. With the alchemist and the red being highlighted here, this is regarding to money and stability. So he has the means to create that that foundation on a monetary and standpoint, providing the basic necessities, and knows what he's capable of doing. Okay, there we go, because I went blank for a moment. So yeah, at the bottom of the deck for rayj, we have Priest. So with the Priest card, it says on a light aspect, facilitates spiritual commitments or serves as a channel of spiritual energy. On a shadow attribute, is stating violates the trust of your spiritual community or seduced by your own spiritual roles. So as you can see here with the Priest card, it's within that blue shade. So this is regarding to like throat chakra energy in that spectrum. So there's like a hue of blue up in that realm. So he has the capabilities to be a channel and relay his messages however sees fit. Now, following through with the cards, clarifying that, we got this card that came out. Well, that just deals my pickles. With total contentment, yes, success, wish granted, joyous resolution. So it seems like he's just like, okay, do you want a divorce? Okay, it's all right, you know. And ironically, the 44 here is reduced down to the number 8. So we are in the universal year 8. So it's just like, okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have One Horse Town with the 37 reduced down to the number 10 to the number 1. That deals with individuality and self. So there's a sense of boredom and autonomy, small-mindedness, and the need to branch out and move on. So with that being said, it seems like he is bored with himself. And there is a need for him to venture out and explore some more, I wouldn't say explore options, but, you know, definitely explore, to say the least. Now, to clarify, I already clarified, my goodness. Hidden blockages with rayj. First things first, this card came out, critical. A critical shadow. So he's not easily satisfied or pleased. He nitpicks. He could be nitpicking, complain, judgmental, or difficult. So he needs to be able to no longer judge and criticize himself and stop criticizing others. So stop being critical, especially when it comes to their money and stability with this and within themselves, with this red being highlighted here. That gives root chakra vibes. Okay, don't be too critical of self and others. Because the aimless shadow also came out for Ray J, meaning there's no ambition or clear direction in life. Could be purposeless, lost, unguided, or wasting time. So he needs to find his target and go and purge himself on all the aimless distraction and don't live a life in darkness. So there is a need for him to stay focused in the path of wherever he's trying to go towards to, and face those fears head on and not just be all willy-nilly with it, right? Small dreams also came out for him as well, which will clarify this card here, the one horse town card, that indicates as a hidden blockage, not dreaming big enough that can create a high impact, meaningful life. So it's the need for him to dream bigger. There's nothing to be ashamed of when dreaming big, because you can reach higher shifts, which would trigger that mindset. And also you are capable of doing so much more, which would fall back on the original card being the alchemist. You know, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. All right. And then lastly, the other card that came out for Ray J is wasting resources. Not using his resources or not using them efficiently. So he needs to evaluate his resources, and because he has all the tools and resources to advance in life, but he needs to use them more effectively and open the new opportunities and manifest more money. So I don't know where he wastes his money on. I would presume gambling, possibly startup projects and stuff like that. Hey, wasting resources, you need to reevaluate. And that's probably what Princess was getting on to him about regarding to that matter. Anyways, following through with Princess, we have the mediator card that came out for her. So with the mediator card, it says having the gift of negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, or having the respect of for both sides of an argument. It's given Libra energy with this card. Shadow attribute is having the ability to negotiate with an alternative motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Okay. And now, also following through with the card at the bottom of the deck that was present for Princess, we have the bully card with the light attributes stating highlights tendency to intimidate others or helps you confront the interferers that bully you. I'm leaning towards on the second aspect on that. Also, with the shadow attributes, we have concealed deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. Okay, so obviously this is the color of the card is blue, which associates with the throat chakra realm, and with the clouds being here, and they're blowing off steam, obviously. So it seems like it's been a thought process coming. It has been building up, right, on a mental standpoint, and again, blowing off steam, and be like, hey, I am going to definitely confront the interferers that bully you. And it seems like you have, and it seems like that bothers him. That makes Ray J become critical, right, within himself and others. All right. So it seems like she vocalized what festers up in her mind that can't no longer be withheld. Now, to follow through with the clarifying cards, the first two cards that came out for her is the bump on the log, which means like lazy around, loafing, false start, disinterest. So I'm leaning more towards of the disinterest. With being disinterest, it can cause some lazying and loafing around. But there is more than one way to skin a cat. It is a breakthrough that is coming about regarding to not only the stability and structure or within the foundation with that 1 + 3 = 4, but is also a breakthrough on a spiritual aspect, since the cats represents like intuitiveness. So it's like a spiritual awakening for her, as she begins to get clarity of situations, or being a little bit more receptive to, you know, whatever messages come about, which holla for a dollar, you know what I'm saying? Communication with her communicating with this, or with this particular communication happening amongst the two, it is causing some sudden upheaval. Also with this holla card, it says communication, honesty, courage, sharing, revelation, surprise news, text, and phone calls. So they may have been interacting via text and via call regarding to any issues that they have been experiencing that has led them to, again, announce the divorce. The divorce. Did I say divorce? Is divorce. Okay, as far as like hidden blockages for her, the shadow card came out, which is volatile. Could be explosive temper, easy to anger, moody, feel strongly, and overreact. So she needs to be able to think before she speaks, per se. Seems like she has a very fiery personality when it comes to that notion. Okay. She could probably present herself as pure and innocent, but if you get her mad enough, she will, you know, shake up and wreck up some things. All right. With the envious shadow following through with that, has a desires good fortune of another, or jealous, competitor, or bitter. So she needs to be able to stop comparing herself to others, and only because it only distracts her self from fulfilling her greatest potential, because of the lack of specificity. She, with having to set very vague goals that are hard to visualize and hard to attain, she needs to get a little bit more specific. Okay, gain absolute clarity. There is more than one way to skin a cat here. All right, so give your mind time to process everything, princess, that crosses your field, so the vision you can set is clear and your manifestation to work. Become a conscious creator of your life. Meanwhile, the block sacral chakra has also came out for princess. The sacral chakra does hold feelings and emotions. It also represents parenting, childhood, upbringing, and intimate relationships. So there's a blockage in the sacral region for Miss Princess, that may have experienced some lack of creativity and or feeling manipulative. So she needs to be able to explore the creativity and pleasure of emotional expression. Okay. Probably like focus on her children more. That will help. That'll be one of the ways to help get into balance of the sacral chakra region. Also with imaginary blocks, that's the final card that came out. That was at the top of the deck for princess. Fears of being blocked or having many obstacles to face are imaginary. So she needs to decide what is real. And it's time to think of the obstacles that she most fear, or the stagnant aspects of her current situation, and ask if they're real or imaginary. And she might be surprised that none of it really exists. All right. Now, that is what came out for Ray J and Princess on the individual aspect. Now, let's get to what is the tea regarding to both of them. What is the tea regarding to Ray J and Princess? Why are they announcing the divorce 11 times? Oh, okay. Goodness. All right. So, We have bankrupt card coming out. Okay, is there a bankruptcy lien coming about? Possibly with a boss daddy with rayj. That would explain the waste and resource part. Is there a bankruptcy on the horizon? All right. Because the other cards that came, festering out is forcer, things being forced on you, or forces their way in, or uses force to get what they want. There has been some forcefulness in this matter with low IQ, with some immaturity tactics. Okay. And which leads to possibly her fishing for comments to, how should I say, fuel her emotions or feel validated in her emotions, right? Let's see what card is at the top. Moving. There, somebody will be moving. It will possibly be Ray J that ends up moving out of the house. And photo proof and getting evidence. So paparazzi may be getting photo proof of evidence of that matter. Let's see what comes out for the hidden truths. What could be some hidden truths with Ray J and Princess? What could be some hidden truths? Okay, so it seems like she will be, her energy will definitely start to become more, she'll start to become more confident because of this lusciously, I love this shade of yellow, this marigold yellow. That's my favorite shade of yellow. Okay, she'll become more confident with her energy, right? Because someone was not ready. Someone was going at it slow and steady with the commitment. I guess they were not able to follow through with the commitment, per se. Higher purpose. Man, there's a lot of higher purpose cards coming out. And with the family, oh yeah, it's definitely regarding to the family. Who was not ready for a family? I'm leaning more towards Ray J, not ready for a family. But anyways, spiritual lesson. Again, like I just said, spiritual lesson. It is a spiritual lesson because it brought about illusion. One end, you're showing the good, but behind closed doors, it's a whole different story. Okay, so it seems like there's a let go of the facade. Tired of living the facade. All right. Now, on to the breakdown between the two of them. We got the 5 of coins in the root chakra region. We have the impartiality card in the reverse in the sacral region. We have the 8 of swords here in the solar plexus. And then we have the renewal card in the heart. Impatience is at the bottom of the deck for both of them. So, as I can see here, this is a very eclectic spread. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So the 5 of coins is present in the root chakra region. 5 of coins that represents again, a loss of money, a loss of a monetary loss of monetary aspect, feeling left out in the cold. So there's a sense of feeling left out in the cold when it comes to the money and stability of the foundation. Yet alone, there may be some, they may be experiencing some financial loss, okay? Isolation, insecurity on that matter, which hints that's probably why the bankruptcy card came out for them. Where'd it go? Here you go. Boom. Okay, let's clarify this. Even though it's kind of already been clarified before with Ray J wasting resources on a monetary standpoint. Okay. It's being clarified by the Page of Cups. So it's dealing with children, obviously. The Page of Cups. Romantic gestures. Probably been combating it with romantic gestures. The challenge. What could have been the challenge of the situation besides the bankrupt being present here? We have the Seven of Wands. Was it something worth fighting for? Especially when it comes to inspiration. And all these cards facing up. Okay, yeah. The challenge was it worth fighting for? To whether they were taking a stand or facing it head on, or not backing down, letting the haters hate. In that aspect, was it worth fighting for? That was the challenge there. Which the action that the guidance going forward within this situation is staying mentally strong. Princess needs to stay mentally strong in this matter. I think she had like some mental cards on here. Like, yeah, here we go. Imaginary blockages. She needs to mentally stay strong in this matter. Moving forward with the sacral chakra region, we have the impartiality card coming out that is present. The impartiality card is a crown chakra card. And the impartiality is just like, if it was in the upright, it will represent like being biased of the situation. But with it being in the reverse, there is some non-bias. There is some bias. Let me reword that. If it was in the upright, it will be at a standing at a neutral standpoint, but right now it is not at a neutral standpoint. There is definitely imbalance regarding to the relationship amongst them two. It seems like possibly one is probably giving more than the other. One is probably taking more than the other. There is no equal reciprocity in that matter. I was gonna read about what was what's in the guidance book, but I think I already deciphered that and how I interpret it. Let's go ahead and get some clarifying cards with this. Okay, so it's being clarified by the Five of Cups. It has became some unwelcome. It had brought about some unwelcoming change with the Five of Cups on the emotional standpoint. Someone is being resistant to the change in that matter. Regarding to the family legacy, that's become a challenge. The challenge of this particular situation is the family legacy is at stake on a monetary standpoint. Okay, with the house, the wealth, patriarch is highlighted in this. The patriarch is highlighted in this. So I know Ray J is a Capricorn, right? So with that being said, but with this particular card, it's a Virgo, but he may got a Virgo placement in his chart. But other than that, the family legacy is at stake. And the action going forward, okay, the guidance going forward is that it is the final chapter. It seems like with this particular announcement, I believe this is a done deal. Like, I don't think they are going to retract I don't think they're going to retract of not going through with the divorce. I think this is like the final, like, this is, how should I say this? Just like what the cards say, it's the final chapter. It's here we go. It's a dead end. Okay. And this card does indicate divorce. Like, this is, it's done. It's done. Yeah, like I believe this is the final hoorah. As many times they have retracted the we're gonna get the divorce, this is the final. All right. With the Eight of Swords present in the solar plexus region. So again, this is a root chakra card that is being present in the solar plexus. So it seemed they became blinded or entrapped when it comes to asserting themselves, or establishing boundaries with each other. It seems like there's some mental entrapment in that matter. Out. Luckily, that was my toe and my foot and not my my toe. So with the Eight of Swords, the swords is dealing with the mental now. So the Eight of Swords is dealing with self-imprisonment. There is a dilemma regarding to how they assert themselves, how they feel about themselves around each other. Also how they will maneuver in their day-to-day operations, and that hindsight of the things. So yeah, there's a sense of restriction amongst the two of them. This will, here it is, boom. It's like, okay, with rayj being a Capricorn, right? Capricorns, they want to make sure their reputation does not go tainted. There we go, tainted. Hence the critical thinking being here. Here we go. There we go. It's right in my face. The illusion. Letting go of the illusion, because that's what they brought forth. They brought the illusion that they had things together. They are a thriving couple. They're going to get through the odds, yada, yada, yada. Let's clarify this. Okay, it's being clarified by the Knight of Wands. So a person being swept off your feet. Okay, so this I'm leaning towards Ray J with that have a tendency to sweep people off the feet in that manner, being over the top, being adventurous, rebellious. The challenge of this situation was the Seven of Swords, not seeing what it seems. There we go. There it is. It's not what it seems, because the illusion, the facade. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Which brings about the guidance moving forward with the Seven of Cups. There are many possibilities ahead. Okay. There are many options, or they have options to bring about, because there has been a sense of unclear or lack of focus, shiny object syndrome. But on a guidance aspect moving forward, the possibilities are endless. And yeah, it's time for a change. It's time for a change with both of them. Okay, leaning towards with the heart chakra card being the heart chakra region, we have the renewal card, which is another root chakra being highlighted here. Okay, this picture says it all. It's time for renewal. Okay, we have the winter on this side, and we have spring on this side. We have fall on this side, and summer on this side as well. So it's time for them on the heart. And since heart deals with love, forgiveness, compassion, all things dealing with love, right? It's time for them both to get into alignment as we prepare for this new cycle On a universal standpoint, with spring coming about, it's time for them to get in alignment so they can experience their own sense of renewal amongst each other, especially on an individual standpoint. Let's clarify that, even though I didn't really necessarily need to clarify it. But anyways, again, here we go. Religious traditions with the Hierophant card, okay? Right and wrong, conforming. Let's see. With this, I'm going to go with lean towards your faith to get through this particular, to get through the motions of healing and forgiveness, right? On healing and forgiveness, again, you do not have to get forgiveness from the person in person that hurt you, right? You can just, you know, say, or you can do like a forgiveness letter, a prayer, a forgiveness prayer, and just let it be on that end. It don't even, you don't have to give forgiveness from a person in person. As long as you forgive yourself, that should all of allowed things that get this far, that should be good enough for you. The challenge of the situation, we got the 6 of Wands. There will be some recognition, a confidence boost with this matter, with the Lover's card regarding to this union. So as I'm interpreting this, it will be brought to the coming. It may be, well, it's already made public, right? But hopefully it doesn't get to the magnitude to where it's like one of those nasty divorce where it's playing out day in, day out in public, like some of their former colleagues have, okay? And then the guidance moving forward is awareness and insight. They will be able to gain awareness and insight so they can continue to be truthful in this matter, have a clear vision on how they can progress forward with, well, they'll have a sense of awareness and insight on a communication aspect, on a relationship aspect, and on how they move forward with their with Aquarius is dealing with what relationships and forward thinking. There we go, forward thinking in that matter. The impatience card is highlighted at the bottom of the deck, so they probably been vocalizing each other on Prince's end with this card here and this card here, okay? Let's see what else. Lack of specificity right here, boom boom boom. All right, what else? Not ready. Gaining evidence. Oh, right here, getting proof. I'm gonna put that right there. Oh, fishing for compliments. There it is. Boom boom boom, there it is. And then on rayj's end, it'll be more of on the spectrum of probably in this priestess on that notion with regarding to the impatience, okay? And probably the aimless shadow too, right here. Boom. Now, as far as like the lessons that they'll be learning in this encounter, what lessons is rayj learning? What lessons will rayj be learning? We have the Death card. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. How can he go about this situation with empathy? I am open to seeing things on both sides of the situation because he is a critical thinker. Princess, what lesson is Princess learning? Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Following through with that, new beginning. So Princess, hello, it's calling your name. It's calling your name. And then as far as on the relationship aspect, gratitude. I am thankful for both of them. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. Okay. That it on a relationship on both of them. Express gratitude amongst what has transpired between the both of them, what doors have opened while they were a couple, and so forth and so on. Okay. So with that matter, that concludes the message for Ray J and Princess. Excuse me. Feel free to chime down in the comment section below what y'all think about this message.